Well, hello everyone. Hope you're doing well today. So I'm not going to be in class on Tuesday, so I'm preparing an announcement, sort of going over what's going to happen on Tuesday. So I've got a link in here for this document titled "Jaw-Dropping Number of Practice Problems." It's for this file here. This is an enormous PowerPoint file with practice problems. So if I sort of pull this up, um, it'll begin to load. Now, this is huge because it's about 180 practice problems. I was scouring the internet last week looking for good review materials for the upcoming test with like the new version of the test. So in 2019, they put together a new curriculum for AP Bio to be implemented in 2020. Well, everything was going great until, like March of 2020. So then on the AP exam, they didn't cover the last 2 units. So the curriculum was redesigned in 2019, but this is going to be the first year testing this new curriculum. So these questions are based on the content in that new curriculum. Now, there are about 180 questions in this document. And just to look at a couple of things, there's just a little bit of review here, but this is basically how it's laid out. So here's one example problem. It says, how does adding an enzyme change this graph? How does it change the energy of reactants or products? Okay, well, if you add an enzyme, what's it going to do? It's going to lower the activation energy. So I can just click on the next arrow there. So it shows the activation energy dropping. Does it change the energy of reactants or products? Well, no. The energy of reactants or products stays the same, right? The delta G doesn't change. It's just that the activation energy, the energy needed to get that reaction going, decreases. So then you see some explanation there. So they actually give you the explanation. They pose the question, and then they give you explanation. Here, if we look at the next example, label the solutions as acidic, basic, or neutral. Okay, well, pH 4, that's going to be below 7, so that's acidic. pH of 7 is neutral, and pH above 7 is basic or alkaline. Okay. Here, explain why the following graph has the shape it does. Well, we see reaction rate is low, peaks, and then drops off again. So why is there this narrow range where you have sort of the peak rate of reaction? Well, again, you can talk about like optimal conditions for like pH, temperature, whatever the case may be, and that if the temperature gets too high, you denature the enzymes, the reaction rate drops off. At too low a temperature, there's lower kinetic energy, so reactions are going to happen more slowly, things like that. So again, they've got explanation there. So that's the basic idea in this document. So I've outlined here in this announcement how things are going to set up. So you're going to make a copy of this document. So you open it up, make a copy, so then you can access it, and you just play the presentation. And then I would suggest on a separate piece of paper. You can do this on a separate piece of paper, or if you want to like do this on a separate file, so you type things up, it's up to you. You're going to do some math, so I think that's good to do it on paper. Plus, on exam day, you're going to be taking a paper test. So I just feel like it's a good idea to use paper, but again, some people want to do electronic stuff. So you'll have this paper, and then what you're going to do is pick any 60 problems to complete. Okay, you're going to get time at Friday at home, and then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in class. That way, people have a chance to review, ask each other questions, ask me questions, and it reviews a broad category of topics on the test. So you're going to pick any 60 questions. Now, there are about 180 in the document, so that leaves about 120 questions. So what I figured, again, behavioral economics, to incentivize people to put in a little extra work, what I thought I would do is for every 4 questions beyond the 60 that you complete. So 60 is required, right? There's an assignment. You have to do any 60 problems. Don't worry about writing down the question and the answer. Just the answer is fine. Okay. So any 60 problems, just the answer. And then anything beyond that, for every 4 questions you complete, that's 1 point bonus. So if there are an extra 120 questions and you happen to do all 120 questions, that's an additional 30 points bonus in that labs and projects category. So if you missed a lab at some point in the year, this would more than cover that. Okay. So again, it's a nutty year, but this seems like a really good review. This document has all sorts of ideas that it covers, and it does a really nice job of providing explanation. So I think it's a really nice way to review. So again, to incentivize that, I want to give some extra credit for people that want to sort of take it to that next step. Okay. So just to reiterate, you need to make a copy of this file. So you have the link here. You'll open up this file. You'll hit present, and then it'll walk you through the presentation. It'll present you with a question, and you need to write down the answer. I strongly encourage you to put it on paper. For each one you complete, just number it. Okay. So then that lets me keep track of how many of these problems you completed. You're required to complete at minimum 60 problems. For every 4 questions beyond 60, you get 1 point bonus. Up to 120 questions or 30 points bonus. When I get back in class on Wednesday, we'll pick back up with the math review and look at some other stuff. But this is a resource that I think will be pretty helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck, and hope it goes well for you. Thank you.